conversation that's happening in America, the conversation that the president has been silent about when it comes to Planned Parenthood and the fact that they are positioning women coming into for an abortion, they're positioning them in a way with ultrasound to make sure that they can cut the baby up without cutting the wrong organs that they have already pre-sold. Sick. Here's the president in Africa. Listen to this.
As you may know, Mr. President, persons with albinism in Africa are being killed and their body parts harvested for ritual purposes. My request to you is to raise this issue with the heads of states from African countries to bring these atrocities to an end.
There are important
Okay, stop for a second. You hear what the question was? The question was, Mr. President, can you please address with some of the leaders here in Africa, because we have rituals that are done here where babies are taken, killed, and their body parts are harvested for ritual purposes. Here's his response.
And folkways that need to be respected. That's part of who each culture is, each country is. But there's also just foolish traditions and old ways of doing business.
So the ritualistic harvesting of body parts
is foolish. Is foolish.
And it's a silly old tradition. We don't need that right now.
Now, if you were doing it for research,
that's perfectly legitimate.
Right. This is not wrong. It's foolish. All right, you have more?
No, that was
it. Okay, because he did go on. And he did go on to say that the harvesting of body parts needs to stop.
But not here in America.
Not here in America.
Not here by Planned Parenthood.
Just in Africa.
Now, he should have asked the questioner, well, are they also doing mammograms? I mean, I'm sure they're harvesting body parts for ritualistic purposes, but do they also do mammograms?
I don't want to stop them if they're doing any kind of health care services for women.
Right. Do they provide contraceptives?
Yes. If they provide contraception, then, we really got to look at that. Then, you can harvest all you want.
Then we're sending you $500 billion a year to continue to fund that.
Do they donate to the Democratic National Commission?
Committee.
Yeah.
Another important thing.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. But if they do,
that, I mean,
it might be foolish. But I'm not going to look into it.
No, not at all.
No,
they're not even going to watch the videos.
No,
if they were doing something illegal, they wouldn't even watch the videos to see if it was illegal.
No,
right. But other than that, they're on top of it.
I haven't seen anything about harvesting. What?
Isn't it
harvesting?
Amazing? I don't know if she had any clue as to what's going on here with the Planned Parenthood thing. I don't know if she's making that connection. But an amazing coincidence, if not.
I don't think so. It seems like she's, interested in
issues in what's
Africa.
going on in Africa,
yeah.
And then it just happens to coincide with his Planned Parenthood stuff. And I mean, his answer is not even that strong for harvesting.
Oh no,
body parts.
It is. I'm looking for.
Ritualistically.
I think I posted this last night on Facebook. I have to
It's
go.
a foolish tradition.
Yeah, no, I posted this last night on Facebook, and as my head was about to explode. Here. You won't believe this. It reads like The Onion. I don't have any words for the lack of self-awareness for our president. And here it is. He told a group of young African leaders on Monday that harvesting organs for humans that are killed as part of African ritual was, quote, craziness and a cruel tradition that needs to stop. He warned of dehumanizing marginal groups of humans and the problems that arise when, quote, you are not able to see someone else as a human being. People are being killed and their body parts harvested for ritual purposes. My request to you is to raise this issues with the state of African countries and bring these atrocities to an end. That is what the reporter said. He decried the practice and encouraged the people to do everything they can in their power on behalf of all vulnerable humans. Young people, you can lead the way and set a good example, but it requires some courage because of old thinking. People will push back at you. And if you don't have convictions and courage to be able to stand up for what you think is right, then cruelty will perpetuate itself. If there's one thing I want all leaders to come out with, it's this notion of if you're strong by taking care of people who are vulnerable, if you look after the minority, look after the disabled, look after all the vulnerable, you will be strong. You are not strong by putting people down. You're strong by lifting them up. That's the measure of a leader. I couldn't take it. There's no self-awareness in this man. No. Zero self-awareness. He's literally talking about the harvesting of organs in the most vulnerable. He's talking about there's trouble when you stop seeing people as humans with a right to disagree.